Oh yeah, now my people, it's your guy, the NigerianEnglishman,
And it's your boy Deji Spurs in the building.
and we're back again. Another
For
episode
another
of North
show.
London Rivals, man. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Damn
My
straight.
people, it's
Damn
been an
straight. To be
interesting
honest, I
week.
just want to just make some noise in the chat. Big up all the Tottenham fans that are in the chat making noise. Let's just show these Londoners, because that's who they are, South Londoners, what we're about. Today, yeah, it's going to be an amazing show. We're going to be talking about what's been happening in the transfer window, what's going on with one side of North London and the other side of London. It's a pleasure. The reason why I got my shades on tonight is because these men don't deserve to look in my eyeballs, to be honest. You're not on the same level. We should not be looking eye to eye. So man's had to cover his eyes to stop these Arsenal fans from thinking that they're on equal settings. But apart from that, it's a pleasure to be back, my brother. So I know you might want to just get into. Do you want to get into your team, or how we gonna do it
Bruv,
tonight?
do you know what? I was ready to just go straight into the transfer business. That's what my plan. That's all I wanted to talk about today, Deji.
Yeah.
But then so guys, just let you know, all the viewers out there, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Big up all the love over the last couple of weeks, guys. We're doing more and more bits coming into this season. But guys, everybody has a group chat, yeah. Everyone has a football group chat, or everyone's part of a bunch of football group chats. But we made the mistake of allowing Deji into a group chat. Or Niger boys. Niger boys are Arsenal fans, Liverpool, Man U, Chelsea, Barca, all these things. And then I thought Deji would come in humbly. Like he's just been invited into the group today. Deji, this guy, I'm one Niger boy, came out here with his chest. And you know what he allowed himself to say? And guys, I know you're probably not even going to believe me when I drop this bombshell on you, but he said it, and I've got the screenshot just in case, and I'll tag him in it probably towards the end of the season. I'll tag him in it. But he said these exact words verbatim, guys. He said this Tottenham team will achieve more than Arsenal's Invincibles. Remember where you heard it first? Exclusive One Touch TV. What you gotta say about yourself, about your sins, Deji? What you gotta say?
Yeah.
What you gotta say about your sins, bro?
No, man. On a level, do you know what it is? It's a pleasure, first of all. I got invited to Mole TV. You get me? Those people that are in the tunnel that haven't seen the light of day. And I came to really just provide that candle, that light, that direction for some of those jokers. So, yes, I was in there and we were schooling them. For me, it felt like a headmaster teaching a bunch of school kids what football is, because a lot of those people in that group got delusions of grandeur. Some of them in that WhatsApp group, I was still having to teach them about the offside rule. And you know, when you're dealing with people that you're trying to explain the offside rule to, you can imagine that I wasn't getting very far in terms of some of the conversations. But we're here tonight to school them. Hopefully, some of those people will be on the show. The truth of the matter is, I think with what Conte is doing with the Spurs team, I have to say, you know, one thing I believe in, and this is where me and NigerianEnglishman we clash. Real recognize real. Yeah, if you believe in real, recognize real. Don't just take it from me. Let's look at the peers. Who is saying what out there in the field, in the industry, the professionals? Jurgen Klopp came out today and said it's a three-horse race.
And who did he name?
Said the title. He said the title is going to be between Man City, Liverpool, and Tottenham. Now I'm saying to you, my bro, haven't I been telling you this for the last
media outlet was that in?
You need to go. You need to go and listen to the
outlet was that in, bro?
Need to go. I'm gonna send you the link. You need to go.
I don't want no fake news, bro.
You need to go on Sky Sports and listen to the interview that Jurgen Klopp did for Liverpool this season. He's excited about losing Mane and bringing in Nunes, but he's also saying don't sleep on Tottenham. Now that's coming from Klopp. When I bring it to your guys in Tunnel TV, the ones that ain't been out and seen the light of day, they can't understand that concept. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Big up Ibi Kunle from Tunnel TV. It's exactly what this must be, Kunle. It must be just banter. Big up all my Tunnel TV familia. Big up. Because bro, people are laughing because this must be jokes, bro. This actually must be jokes. Look, first of all, if anyone in the comment section can let me know where we can get that interview, add the link to that interview in the comment section so I can go check that out myself, number one. And number two, bro, any manager can start gassing up next team for jokes, innit? It's all banter, innit?
Bro, the reason why you're saying that,
banter, bro. That's all
the
it
reason
is.
Why, let me tell you.
Day, does that mean you're going to win?
Let me tell you who he didn't say. Yeah, Arsenal weren't even uttered. You understand what I'm saying to you? We didn't hear anything about Arsenal because you guys are not even considered in that top 4 race. And as I said earlier in the group, live and direct, I think Aston Villa finish above our. But look, let's get into the transfers because
no problem. We'll get back into this. Big up, why not Spursy? Arteta out always. Big up Niger and Deji. Big up my guy, super consistent, man. I love that, man. Love that. Deji rocked up like 10 for tea, bruv. That's what I'm saying. He was looking all for the smoke today, man. He came here ready for war. I don't know what's got into him over the weekend, bruv. Mad thing.
Boy, what got into me is that I can see movement.
See, this is exactly what it was, Spursy. Jurgen Klopp is just trolling Tuchel. He knows Tuchel is his boy. He's like trying to troll and tell him Chelsea are not in the mix. You're telling me Chelsea, you've just added. So you're telling me Chelsea, you've just added Raheem Sterling and looking to add either Rafinha or Dembele. He's won more trophies than your whole team put together.
What's he going to do?
What do you mean? What's he going to do? Look at his numbers.
Raheem Sterling, are you joking?
Look at his numbers.
Here we go.
Don't do that, bro.
This is why.
Numbers,
this is why,
impact, bro. What do you mean? This is why.
Can I just be real?
Wait, hold on. Before you land, I know you struggle to understand conversation involving numbers, trophies, and all these type of things because I think in your whole existence as a human being, you've only seen your team pick up two FA Cup and the Carling Cup, mate. I think. And that might be just me dashing you that extra FA Cup because I'm not sure. I'm not sure if your age has been confirmed yet, Deji, but that's as far as I know too. So no wonder you're shocked, bro.
So for Nigel, so I got a quick question for you. Is this a comedy show or are we talking football?
Bro, you're the one that started off saying Spurs are gonna achieve more than the event.
For me,
you're asking me if it's a comedy show, bro.
Sterling scores 1 in 10. I don't think Sterling does anything at Chelsea.
Probably
I think it's a silly buy. I think we've seen
goal contributions this season.
I think we've seen the best of Raheem. I think we've seen the best. He's a legend. Don't get it twisted. I love the brother. Big up North Wheezy. Big up Northwest London. But I think he's done. I think he's on a decline right now. Do you get what I'm saying? I think he plays better for England than he does in his club. And I don't really see Raheem Sterling doing much. But what do I know?
Bro,
you think that current Arsenal team is good enough to finish in the top 4?
Hold on, you're telling me you're disrespecting a guy that's won more than anything Harry Kane has ever done in his career.
Are you?
Hold on. He's achieved more, and the way you're just side manning him. He's 27. He's not 31 or 33 like Perisic, bro.
Do you know what's happened?
Correct.
Can I be real? Do you know what? You know what's happened,
bro. Be
fair. I know what's happened.
I'm just saying, why don't you be fair on Raheem, bro? I'm not even a Chelsea fan, and I'm backing him more than.
Let me tell you what's happened with you. Unfortunately, since the pandemic, things had to move in it. So with you do a lot of Twitter, and you do a lot of WhatsApp groups. So when you come and you chat on this show, you're regurgitating stuff you read early in the day. I'm asking you for your own opinion. Do you legitimately think Sterling's gonna do something at Chelsea? And I'm telling you,
you're gonna wait me for your
answer? Doing nothing. He's not, bro. You can tell he was struggling to do something at City. How's he gonna do something?
Okay. Hold on. We need to get these up. We need to do this. Like the guy said, you're telling me Raheem Sterling's been struggling at City when he scored.
He was struggling, bro. He hardly gets a game.
Hold on. 30 games last season, 18 goal contributions. The season before, 17 goal contributions. The season before, 21 goal contributions in the Premier League. I'm talking about all competitions. You're telling me he's struggling. Tell me how many outside Kane and Son, who else in Tottenham is hitting numbers anywhere near that? Even the new signings that you got in, bro. He scored more goals in the Premier League than Richarlison, your potential striker.
Bro,
and you're saying you lot can win the league,
City.
but Chelsea can't.
All
you
right,
lot can win the league, but Chelsea can't, bro. Make this shit make sense.
I think, bro, look, if I played for City, I get 18 goal contribution. Me. In fact, I'm gonna say something live and direct. If you played for City, you'd hit double figures.
I got a bit of tech, you know. I not got the stamina I used to, bro. I got a bit of tech about me. Let me not lie.
You would hit double figures.
Hey, bro, big up Deji, man. That's the nicest thing he's ever said to me on this channel. He believes in my football ability, man. I could play for City. Big up my guy Deji. Why not Spurs? Arteta says Conte don't have the squad quality for a challenge. Top 4 definitely challenging, not yet. That's what I'm saying. If Deji told me that they're gonna go out and win a trophy, I can entertain that. I can even entertain that because Conte is a serial winner. They've just got some. The squad has added more depth. But to go out and tell me that they're going to be challenging for major trophies after they haven't even won a trophy, how? Based on what, bro?
So the first thing I wanted to say, bro, is I want you to tell me why. Based on. See, what happens is you're looking at Tottenham's history, and I get it. It's a legit angle. Look at the history.
And I'm looking at your team last season
It's like, bro, team last season. What you got to also understand is that there's seasons to things. You understand? When you're moving to a thing, when you're moving to a chick, for example, in the club, maybe that particular day, in that particular moment in time, it's not gonna run. It's way out of your league. But it could be on another day where the perfume's smelling right, the trim, the fade is nice. You move through and it lands. Bro, Leicester City had no history. They won the Prem. Yeah, it can happen. Now I'm looking not at the history. I'm looking at Tottenham's squad. Klopp is looking at the squad and saying, you know what? Tottenham's going to be a problem this season. That's what he said. He's come out and said it. I've been telling you this season. Every Arsenal fan I've spoken to this week, that is on the Monday, knows that your team is dead. Like, they know Arsenal's dead. It's not banter.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. But that's why you don't hear us talking about going for titles, and that's addressing the first point.
Bro, you're not talking about
Hold on. Let me respond to you. Top 4 is what we're going for this season. Let me respond to you. And then also you talked about in Leicester's title-winning season. You said that they have no history, and you're right. But I don't think at the start of that season, Leicester fans were saying we're going to win the league, though. It was one of those anomaly situations. It just happened. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So if a scenario comes up where Spurs are in the same run as Leicester and the other teams are slacking, I hear you, bro. But to go into pre-season telling me that Spurs are going to win the league based on signing Perisic, Bissouma, and Richarlison, and just because you got Conte at the wheel, bro, it makes no sense.
So can I throw another? Can I throw another thing in the equation? Tottenham beat Man City twice, home and away, last season, and we drew with Liverpool, with an average team. Just listen now. Where Tottenham flopped was the likes of Burnley, the kind of the Watfords, the Arsenals, Man U twice. We lost to dead teams. You understand? So we already got one. We took 8 points from the top 2. No other team did that. So as long as we fix up with the so-called minnows, the likes of Arsenal, the likes of Brighton, Burnley, the idiot teams that we lost to, why isn't it not possible, my brother? And you just said it yourself. We have strengthened where we were weak. We've now got cover on the left side of the defense, which we're going to talk about.
And you're going to jump 3 positions.
We've now got Richarlison added to the attack, arguably the best attacking quartet in the Premier League at the moment. Let's just put some respect on their name. And probably the best midfield destroyer, because you lot are going to say it's Partey, but we ain't partying hard. I think Basuma is better than Partey in that position. So, of course, I'm gassed, bro. We've improved. We have improved. Right. So, yes, we're challenging.
I'm gonna tell you. So, all those improvements that you've claimed that Spurs have made, yeah, you're gonna make up 20 points, yeah, 20 points.
Yes.
Why not? Title winners.
Why
not? Like comment section, let me know.
Direct.
These comment section, they're not even chatting to me anymore. They're chatting to you strictly, bro. Straight. Big up outside Anfield. Big up my guy. Nah, the show got cancelled. We're doing it this Wednesday, 8:00, bro. I'm gonna contact you in your DMs with all the details about that. Bro.
Even outside Anfield, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, my man. He's saying I'm stating facts, bro. I only spit facts, bro. Deji's on a banter thing, bro. Ask me about.
Can I be real?
It's a banter show, but he's on banter.
Who said that? Can you go back one? Go back one. Let me see who said that. Right. So everyone who's watching the show right now, the person who backed NigerianEnglishman, his name is Crazy 1978. I would go as far as to say that person's been crazy since 1978. That's what I'm saying.
All that shows is he's a fool. He understands football, all the stages of football, not to these new school fans that recency bias. He can draw from previous eras of footballers. So big up my guy, Crazy 1978, bro. My guy, bro.
Being crazy.
Yeah, outside Anfield, we're all asking this question, bro. Nobody knows what Deji's been sipping. Nobody knows what he's been smoking, but he's on.
I don't know what you lot are doing,
bro.
Remember, I was the one who predicted.
This is what he's saying, bro.
Bro, outside Anfield, I predicted when no one thought it was going to happen. Live on the show, my man can clip it. When I said Arsenal will lose the next 3 games to Southampton, Crystal Palace, and Brighton. I said that. I predicted that. It sounded crazy at the time, but did it happen? Yes, it did. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So
Crazy 1978. I've not seen you on the channel before, but big you up, bro. You're just hitting bomb after bomb. You beat City, so did Brighton. Don't mean you're winning anything, bro. Thank you. I don't know why he's getting gassed. Anyone can beat a team in 90 minutes, bro. Doesn't mean they're gonna win the freaking title, man. What's going on?
I'm not talking about one-off games. That's what
we know. We know. We're not asking for the best in the league. I think he was talking between him and the Suma, but
that's cool.
But it is Partey anyway, man. No cap.
Right.
No cap. No Spurs fan ever wants to go back in time. They want to talk about now, and their cabinet still collecting dust. Brenny K7, but I still don't understand. The now that they're talking about is to talk, but this is what they pump their chest about. Their now is them saying, we finished above you the last 4 seasons, man. Yeah, that's there now, bro. Our now is invincible, double winning. We got credentials. Even just a couple years ago, we won a cup that you haven't been able to win for.
You know what? I want us to, before we get into the proper show, because this is still intro at 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know, man. Big up the comment section, keeping us active, bro.
But I will say this. We need to stop pretending, because I feel like a lot of fans are pretending that they give a damn about the FA Cup, that they care about the League Cup. The truth of the matter is, no one gives a shit about the FA Cup.
You said it on other channels. Don't do this again. Don't let us.
No one gives a damn about the League Cup. Bro. There's only 2 cups that we care about. We care about the Champions League and we care about the Premier League. If your team is out there winning Audi Cup, Mickey Mouse Cup, Papa John's Cup, no one gives a damn about them cups. FA Cup, Community Shield, no one cares about that. We care about the 2 big cups. I'm going to tell you right now, if Tottenham win the FA Cup, I'm not celebrating.
You're streaking in your area, bro. You're streaking.
I'm not celebrating.
In your area, bro. Doing knee slides naked on your bedroom floor. You're doing knee slides naked, bro. That's how excited.
Bro, I'm not doing no. I ain't celebrating if we win the FA Cup or the League Cup.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Dead cups.
Pause 1 second. First of all, like, share, comment, and subscribe to your channel. There's as much as 15 people in the chat at a time, guys. Let's try and get over 20 likes for this show. But guys, Deji is bugging out. We've not even been able to start the show properly because Deji has been bugging out. He's trying to pretend that his level isn't what Big Dogs is saying. Audi Cup level. Audi Cup. Guys, I want to hear any Tottenham fan in the comment section. You let me know. Or hold on. Any Spurs fan, or non-Arsenal fan in the comments, whether you're watching now or watching later, I want you to answer me this one question. Does any Spurs fan have the right to shit on any cup? Any cup? I just want to know the answer to that question because they don't win. They don't win anything, but they're shitting on it. I don't get it. I'm in shock. I'm actually in shock.
Bro, I could tell you that Tottenham's won a European Cup.
Bro, you weren't even alive when you won it. So
yeah, that's why I'm not. That's why I'm not talking about it. But you guys want to. You guys all of a sudden become historians. Have you won a trophy? Have you won a trophy? The truth of the matter is, nobody gives a damn about them dead trophies. It's about now. Look, ask any Arsenal fan right now on the show. Would you rather finish in the top 4 or finish outside the top 4 with the FA Cup?
Or that's the thing. You're not Arsenal. You're not Spurs are not Arsenal. That's the difference. No, you don't have our history.
Don't do that, bro. Let me deep something. Let me drop a clanger, and this is also for outside Anfield or Anfield outside, whichever one it is. You get me? We're outside, we're inside, left, right, and centre. Let's just get into it. Do you know that I was speaking to Liverpool fans a few weeks back? And they said before the season ended that if they won the League Cup, FA Cup, and either the Champions League or the Prem, they said that wasn't a legit treble, bro. They said it wasn't a legit treble. They said a legit treble is the Prem, is the Champions League, and then it's like FA Cup. But when you're putting League Cup, FA Cup, Community Shield, is that a treble? Is that a treble, bro? I'm asking you because that's what I'm hearing right here on the show. That winning the Community Shield. Can I ask you a question? Winning the Community Shield, League Cup, FA Cup, is that winning the treble? Because that's what I'm hearing.
So Deji, let me tell you what Deji does. Because us Nigerians, we can spot when one person is trying to boss brain on another person. This tactic Deji is currently using, for all of you that don't know, it's called confuse and convince, bro. Who here was on the panel talking about trebles, bro? No one mentioned even the word treble here. He's talking about treble, this, that. He's talking about Liverpool, talking about, bro, you're not Arsenal, you're not Liverpool, you're not Man United. Those are the only 3 clubs in England that if they wanted to say these are worthless cups, we could. But even we don't say that because we respect the honor of adding to your legacy. You don't have a legacy to honor. That's why you say stuff like that.
Would you be happy? Would you be pumping your chest if you win the League Cup, FA Cup, and the Community Shield this season? You can't play Community Shield, but let's just say hypothetically, would you be pumping your chest?
I won the League Cup and FA Cup in the same season. Of course, I'll be pumping my chest.
See, this is what I'm saying. You see, this is what's happened. You see, the difference between me and you is live on this show over the last 4 weeks, you've become an average Joe, bro. You've become average. What your ambition for your club is average thing. So now you're happy with FA Cup and League Cup. Are you for real?
It's not the one that I want, but if you're telling me if my club
you're happy with it.
Hold on.
I wouldn't be happy with that.
If my club you'd be over the moon. If my club adds to their history, I'm happy with it. If you don't understand, I'm not surprised you don't understand that because when you educate your kids about Tottenham, there's nothing to look back on. Nothing. Zero. Like that. Like he goes, Dad, when will we good? You'd be like, you know that time where we won when we got into the Champions League final. Yeah, that's when we were good, guys. That's when we were good.
Can I just say something? And you know, I got a comment here from Radio Sangam. He said you should not disrespect any trophy apart from the Community Shield, bro. Once upon a time, Arsenal was playing their kids in the League Cup. Don't tell me about disrespect, because you guys were the ones disrespecting, starting playing your little kids. Them ones that had their GCSEs the next day, they were the ones playing the League Cup. And let me just say this as a last comment, because you guys, this is what I'm saying. You're too much in the WhatsApp group on Tunnel TV. You can't see no more. Your eyes is blurred from all the darkness. Did you notice? What did you notice that Man City and Liverpool did last year in the Champions League? Real quick. They played weaker teams. They fielded weaker sides. There are players that Man City and Liverpool played in the Champions League that didn't even step foot in the Prem. So even Man City and Liverpool
are
slightly. There's this striker, white striker at Man City. You don't know his name. He played in the Champions League.
If you're going to drop bars, you got to come with the stats, bro.
Foden gets more game time in the Champions League than he does Prem. So even the big two are disrespecting slightly.
Bro, you're not them, bro. You're Spurs.
And why are they doing that?
You're Leicester, you're Newcastle,
bro.
you're Everton, you're Spurs, bro. You're not on the level of these other guys. Stop talking about yourself in the same bracket as these other. You're not them. They have history. That's why you don't understand. City have overtaken you in the amount of trophies because you lot don't care about adding to your history. All you care about is finishing above Arsenal.
I don't care about
all you care about is finishing above Arsenal. That's why you're so excited.
No,
even though all this, we're shit. But even in our shittest time, we're winning more than you. And because we're winning more than you, your next angle is, these other cups are worthless. Bro, win the cups first. Win the cups.
So you're winning more than us. Are you including friendlies in that as well? So because Jesus
no one. I'm not this new generation. I'm not including preseason. You probably celebrate preseason wins, bro. I don't do that. You're probably one of them people. Let me check my WhatsApp group. What was laughing when we were 2-0 down to Nuremberg? I give a damn about some preseason.
Foden would be our third best player. Are you mad?
That's facts. But guys, we've not even started the show properly, but we've talked about so much. Let me get into some of the comments because they have been freaking flying in Deji, bro. It's been a madness. Sorry if I missed out your comments, guys. There's been a lot today. When Spurs won the League Cup twice in 1999 and 2008, I knew fans who went into work hungover. Trophy is a trophy. Goes down in the history books. And I'm not even mad at that statement. I'm with it. Celebrate every trophy that you get because look, at the end of the day, to be honest, actually, let me say this. No one has the right to tell one guy how to support their own football team. But me, I celebrate every victory, whether it's Accrington Stanley or Tottenham or Manchester United, because I want to celebrate my team winning games. Every trophy that's in a competitive competition, not no preseason trophy, every competitive trophy, I'm going to celebrate. That's for me. Whatever Deji wants to do is what Deji wants to do, but that's just me, innit? Deji, can you help me with this one?
What, the disrespect to the prestigious FA Cup is mad from a guy whose team last won a trophy 14 years ago. Yes, 14. And the trophy, according to Trophy, Deji's not prestigious, so technically they've won 0. Yeah, you know what, mate? Big dogs. If I'm true to myself, yes, you're right. We've not won anything of note.
Why have you got this chest then, Deji?
No, I've got this chest. Because Tottenham, look, Pochettino said it himself when he was manager of Spurs. You lot are hyping about something that's not really of note, but really we should be pushing for the big boys, Champions League, the Premier League. When Tottenham fans turned around and was like, he's chatting crap, FA Cup. That's why we went out and got Mourinho. That's why we were in the doldrums for the last 2 years. I don't want to go back to that point. I'd rather finish top 4 than be 8th with the FA Cup. And unfortunately, Arsenal fans, you're not ambitious anymore. You lot have become average Joes. You get one decent player, you're excited. He scores in pre-season, you think that's the Messiah. Do you get what I'm saying? You guys are quite happy just doing this average thing. I'm saying to people right now, I can see Aston Villa doing better than Arsenal this season, and that's a fact. Aston Villa is going to do better than you lot.
All right, let's deal with this question from Hanif, bro.
So let me tell Hanif. Let me give.
No, bro. I don't want to get a monologue, bro. I just want to answer, bro.
I need to put. I need to
get into the transfer. So no context, no monologues. Just tell him what is being successful.
I'll tell you. It's one of 3 things needs to happen. We either win the Prem, we win the Champions League, we finish 3rd with one of them idiot cups. Yeah. And you heard me say it, idiot cup, FA or League Cup, and 3rd. But I can tell you
now,
the third
you now
one,
want one of the cups now.
No, let me tell you. No, you said what would be.
Why is it considered success if you won the cup?
Because people like you will say, "But we've got. Have you won a trophy? Have you won a trophy?" Let me tell you. Let me just tell you this.
For you,
let me land this bit. The third option that I just dropped, Conte wouldn't be happy with that crap.
Big up, Terry.
That's the manager we're rocking with. He wouldn't be happy with that bull crap. But it would signify progress because we finished a position above than the previous season, and we got an idiot cup to satisfy all these people that want to talk about history. There you go.
Don't know, bro. Big up Terrence Tibbs. Big up Big Jeezy. 4th place ain't a trophy, and even when you get to Champions League, Spurs get knocked out. It's like Groundhog Day for those Spurs.
Mate, we were in the final a couple seasons ago. What are you talking about? We were in the final. We were unfortunate. When was the last time Arsenal got to the last 4 in the Champions League? Yeah, good questions like that. When was the last time?
Look at the things they're celebrating, guys. These are the things they're celebrating. They ain't
So,
got
Terrence,
no trophies
what
to
is
celebrate.
the context? Dutty Spurs fan. What's that? Dutty?
Who
does Terrence support? Puffing up his chest.
I don't know. I don't know who Terrence supports. But
tell him to state his team before
your name.
Dutty Spurs fan. Are you all right?
Rich EB says,
"State your team, brother.
Ask any player that they want trophies on their shelf, no matter what. If Harry Kane ends his career with no trophies and a runners-up medal for Champions League and a couple of golden boots, you think he's going to be excited?
It's a shame.
So I think if he had a couple FA Cups added to that, or even League Cups, he'd at least have something to tell his kids.
FA Cups is not moving Harry Kane.
Bruv, trust me. Someone that stayed at Spurs and so long.
Somebody of that ilk. Somebody of that ilk. FA Cup
ain't to stay at Spurs where they win nothing for that long.
Terrence, you're drunk, bro.
Trust me.
I can't lie. I've never called out someone direct from the panel, straight from the live chat. But I have to say, Terrence has been licked by some log of wood about Arsenal, and he's pumping it. Have you seen your team, brother? Have you seen your team? Come on, guys. You lot are all deluded. I want to ask Arsenal fans. Can I ask a question real quick? Because right now, the agenda for tonight has just gone left. I can't even lie to you. I'm so vexed. I need to answer all these questions because the agenda's gone left. I need to ask these Arsenal fans one quick question.
Go on.
Very simple. Are you happy with your team tonight? Are you happy with your team as it stands? Yes or no? Quick one in the chat. Yes or no? Because I want to know if I'm dealing with sensible people or I'm dealing with people who've had a couple of screws loose. And I'm going to ask you the same question, my bro. Are you happy with your team as it stands?
No, I'm not.
All right, so
no, I'm not.
So Nigel said no.
And that's a good. And you know the great thing about that answer. Do you know the great thing about that answer, Deji? Is the season doesn't start tomorrow, luckily. So I don't need to.
I don't want to hear that crap.
What do you mean? These are the facts, though, Deji. These are the facts, bro. You don't want to hear facts. I understand. You don't want to hear these facts too. Silver Fox says Spurs dream of playing in the Community Shield. You have to win a trophy to play in it, or at least come second. They can't even do that in a 2-horse race, bro. They got nothing. These are facts. Are you gonna tell me this ain't a fact? Tell me that isn't a fact. Tell me that he's stammering. You don't even know what's going on.
Who gives a damn about the Community Shield?
That's what I'm saying. You should, though, because you don't have any silverware, bro.
I don't care about the FA Cup or League Cup. And Silver Fox is coming out with Community Shield. I mean, what are we doing here, guys?
I have a question.
Are we embarrassing ourselves?
I have a question. At the new stadium, is there a tour?
Huh?
Is there a tour of the new stadium? And can you do a tour?
Well, there is.
What did they show? What did they show people on that tour?
Trophies that the Edith trophies that we have won. The
legends like Gary Mabber, that one season Jurgen Klinsmann, who they call club legends.
Bro, look at the chat. Everybody in the chat has said they're not happy with the Arsenal team. And that's the truth. A lot of anger and a lot of hate coming towards me is really you lot projecting what you're feeling inside. Deep down, every Arsenal fan, including yourself, know that they're not happy with that team. So you want to talk about trophy, but you're not happy with your squad right now. Can your squad make it? Can your squad do something this season?
But the season
Can your
doesn't
squad
start
do
tomorrow,
something this
Deji.
season? We're in the now, bro.
The season
We're
does
in the
not
now.
start
This ain't
tomorrow,
back to
bro.
the. This ain't. Look,
The
let me tell you
season
this,
doesn't start tomorrow,
bro.
bro.
Let me tell you
Like,
this. This ain't
you're better than
This
that.
ain't.
You're better than that.
This ain't Michael J. Fox, bro.
Remember you
Back to the
signed Van der
future.
Vaart on
We
the
are
last
in
day of
the
the
now.
transfer window. You signed
What?
Van der Vaart, I remember, one year on the last day of the transfer window.
Yeah, we did bits with that
You know
squad.
what I'm saying? That's right, exactly.
See, look,
so you have to wait for the window to close before we talk about whether we're happy or sad of the squad. That's what I'm saying.
Look, apologies.
That's what I'm
Look,
saying.
I want to apologize. Terence, I'm not picking on you, my bro. I'm not picking on you, but you are the definition of the Arsenal fans I've got to deal with on a weekly basis.
Are you talking about his last comment?
Terence Tibbs has just said our squad can do it. I'm done.
Wait. Hold on. Can I ask you? Wait, hold on, Deji. Let me ask you. Our squad can do. Wait.
I'm done. I mean, that's just stupid.
Terence Tibbs, our squad can do what? I'm not debating what you're saying, but what is the it that you're referring to? I need to know what that it is. What is
I'm
the
dealing
it?
with? Huh? Look at this guy.
Barbados
Look what he wrote. I mean, Barbados. Please back me, bro.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like right now, this squad, I still think we're missing 3 players from this squad right now for me to be confident. So I still think that business needs to be done. So talking about business, we finally get to that part of the show. Both clubs have been linked with again. Silly season is in full effect. So some I believe in, some you can take with a pinch of salt. But to talk about a couple of the links, there's one that I think we should start with actually, because you kind of help flash light on it before the show. Is Tottenham have also been linked with a Tielemans interest. Can you tell me a little bit about the Tottenham interest? I don't know too much about that, did you?
Yeah, well, the Tottenham interest, it kind of makes sense in the sense that we need a kind of box-to-box midfielder, just as a luxury. So it's a luxury for us. But also, we are hearing from the Leicester City camp that Tielemans wants to play Champions League football. And why wouldn't he not? He's a good player. He's been playing for Leicester and he's been in and out. You get me? He wants to play big football and Tottenham can offer that. So Tottenham's able to offer what other clubs like Arsenal can't offer. And we're seeing in the papers that Tielemans is saying he's not really feeling Arsenal. So for me,
which paper was that? Which paper was that, Deji?
Well, I'll get the link and I'll share it with you, bro.
Oh, please do. Like, Deji, are we gonna do banter here? Are we gonna say true stories, bro?
The reason why
there's not one fan in football that believes that
Tielemans wants to play Champions League football just like Basuma.
Okay.
And Tottenham can offer that.
Okay, but if we bid for both players, we get them. Not whether Tottenham bid for. Facts. No, bro, you don't. Big facts.
And if you do get them, then it's a classic Adebayor. You're paying big money for people to sit on the bench. It's classic. Do you understand? So,
bro, I don't know, bro. I don't know which paper. Yeah, Terence Tibbs, Lagos Times, bro. He must have seen it in the Lagos Times because we ain't seen it in no newspapers here, bro. We ain't seen shit. Do what Breddy's K74 says. Smash the like button, guys. Bro, I don't know what paper that is. Please, in the comment section, let me know if you've heard that link to. If there is a link when it comes to Tielemans, I'm not gonna lie to you. I doubt Spurs have a chance, and the only way Spurs have a chance is if we don't want him. It's one of those situations.
I disagree.
Brother, let me land. It's going to be the Basuma situation all over again. If we had bid for Basuma for 25 million, Spurs bid, he's coming to Arsenal. There's no questions about that. Tielemans again. If we match Spurs bid, he's coming to Arsenal. The reason is because with Spurs, you don't know with them. You don't know if there's going to be a successful time. It's all hope. Maybe they can nick something. With Arsenal, our history shows you we can bounce back. We will always bounce back.
I hope you do.
And Tielemans knows that history, which is why he's so attracted to coming to the club. I don't know if you've been following the Tielemans situation. Also, Man U got linked with him as well as an alternative to.
To be honest, I've been following it. The thing is, already pre-season that you can see there's about 3 leagues already in terms of the quality of players. So you've got the top 3, which is basically Liverpool, Man City, and Spurs, and then you got this thing going on in the middle. Now, the thing for me that is quite poignant, and I think that's quite worrying for all Arsenal fans, is that you're linked with quite underwhelming signings, quite average. And Arsenal and Man U have been are basically being linked with the same type of players. Now, we know that Manchester United this season is Ajax FC, it's Ajax United, and you're linked with them types of players. And so, for me, it's a definite rebuild on both Manchester United and Arsenal. But also, what I'm seeing is that Arsenal, you've become average Joes. Like, you lot should be going for players like Osimhen, big game player, big game striker, 70, 80 mil to lift you lot into the top four. You lot should be bringing in the likes of, Bernardo Silva. Big game players. You're not getting linked with Tielemans. You don't know if you're going to get that Lisandro Martinez. Then you lot are talking about Paqueta. And even Newcastle.
Who are you lot getting linked with, Deji?
Bro, we've got 5 players, bro.
Everybody we're linked with, you lot get linked with. So I don't understand what you're talking about. Every single player linked with Arsenal. 2 days later, you linked with Spurs. You signed one player for your first team, and you want me to get scared about Spurs? One player.
Because our first
player for your first team, bro. So first team is wash out here, bro.
So I'm looking at the Arsenal team, and look, again, this is banter aside.
We both added to our
I'm worried, can I be real? I'm worried that you, man, might not even get 8th. Because I'm looking at Aston Villa right now, and they're looking decent. If you had done the same sort of business Aston Villa done, I might say you lot might even get top 6. But right now, you lot ain't. Aston Villa is looking better than Arsenal right now, and that's true.
And the fact that you say that, Deji, I'm not mad, but it shows that your level of football is not at that level.
Wow.
It's fine, really? Bro. And I used to rate you highly, but when you're telling me you're coming out telling me the team that finished in the bottom half of the league because they signed who? Not one player that I can even remember. Okay, who did they sign? Which world-class player did they sign? Which world-class player did they sign, bro?
Bro, they've signed about 3 decent players.
Okay, tell me 3 of those.
He's going to be doing
They're
bits.
so good. Tell me their
I don't
names,
give a bro. They look half
That's what I need. The fact that you don't know their names means you're just straight up disrespecting Arsenal. So
and can I be real? Can I be real with you,
bro?
And you think Marquinhos is going to do something? Marquinhos.
Bruv, did you wait for Deji? This is
Terence Tibbs said who? I agree with him. Who? Marquinhos.
This is what hurts me.
Is that, and then your B-Tech Vieira.
You see Deji, yeah? Guys, you'll notice I see Deji, yeah? Deji can't address me as an Arsenal fan. He can't attack my particular points. He goes into the social media guys that he's caught a couple of left field comments and he pounces on them. Then he forces those thoughts on me on the channel and hopes he can confuse me into agreeing with the statement. And that's where he catches me. Bruv, I'm a trained Nigerian. My dad has been training this mind for years. You will not confuse and convince me, Deji. I've told you now. Wait, who plays on Man U's wing? Who plays on Man U's wing? Aganga or Elanga or whatever. Barbados MEFC, please. Your team that is struggling to sign a 31-year-old Ericsson, and you're coming on this show talking with
I recommend everyone on the show go and check out Aston Villa's team and compare it with the Arsenal squad. And then see if I'm chatting. See if it's banter or facts.
Thank you, Craze. Like this, a connoisseur of football, crazy 1970. I can tell. Deji's statement just shows a lack of knowledge within football. Villa almost got relegated, bro. He's taking the piss, bro.
Bro, I'm not taking the piss. Aston Villa's team
can't be being serious. Can you imagine 8th? He said 8th. Everyone's in shock.
Oh, can I ask another question then? So the thing with me is when I make a comment, I back it. It goes into this can never be deleted. This show, the show where I predicted Arsenal to lose to Brighton, Southampton, Crystal Palace. That's there forever to see that I predicted that from time. So I want to know, banter aside, from the Arsenal faithful on this chat right now, where do you honestly think your team will finish this season? Because I know what I think. I've told you 8th, and that's me being nice. I want to know from you guys whether you think Arsenal will better my prediction.
But you know, all the comment section want to know, Deji, is what paper was it in? That's all they want to know, Deji. All this what you're asking, all they want to know is what paper the link where Tielemans said he wanted to play for Tottenham.
Big Dog saying
and
6.
He wasn't rated Arsenal.
So Big Dogs are saying 6. Terence is saying 4th. Crazy is saying 5th or 6th.
All right, guys. We're gonna do a prediction show closer to the season when the window's nearly over. So I'm saving my predictions till then, guys. Don't let Deji bully you into saying one now when we haven't finished our business.
The last thing I will say is that someone in the chat is just been drinking whiskey all day. Because
is this the question you want to answer?
No, I mean, like I said, these man ain't been out to see the light of day for time. I'm asking about where you're gonna finish. And this is what I get. I mean, this is what I'm having to deal with. This is
what he's answered you.
No, bro, I'm not dealing with that crap.
He's answered you.
6th to 9th for the scrub. Yeah, look, an Arsenal fan is saying 6th to 9th.
This guy, why not Spursy? We're doing so well, bro. Why'd you have to come out with that? Oh my days, bro. See, look, you're getting people wanting to come on the stream, bro. Crazy 1978. We're gonna do a call-in show next week where you're gonna have a chance to take on Deji. So next week, 8 p.m. Make sure you're locked in. We're gonna do a call-in show, so you guys can come and ask this crazy Spurs fan how he's come to all these conclusions. So that's Tielemans out of the way. I did want to talk. We briefly touched on him last week, Deji, but when we did speak about him, you're quite excited about the acquisition of Lenglet. I want you to just try and give me what do you think that signing brings to the Spurs? I don't know if it's a starting 11 signing or a squad signing. Let me know.
Yeah, no. So Lenglet, if you know, had a good period of football at Sevilla, and that's what triggered his move into Barcelona, and he was doing bits. Unfortunately, in the last season, he didn't really get too much game time. And given that Barcelona haven't really been playing well, they're kind of on that rebuild. I don't want to read too much into the fact that Lenglet hasn't been playing football. What I will say, though, is this, like we've been talking about, you know, when I asked you a couple of weeks ago, is Nkiti Kati an upgrade on Aubameyang? You know, there was, please have a moment of silence. And the question is Lenglet an upgrade on Ben Davies? And it's a resounding yes. So as long as we have somebody that's better than what we've had before, it's a good purchase. And so for me, it's a purchase that made sense. It's not cost us any money. It's a loan deal. So if it doesn't work out for him, we're sending him back. But also, given what we did with Romero, what we've done with Kulusevski, Bentancur, Tottenham are finding some hidden gems. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think it's good business from Spurs, and it's another reason why I've had to pump my chest. You get me? Been crazy since 1978. I can't wait to see you next week. But yeah, I think it's a good look for Spurs, and we're waiting for one more player. I think for me to be fully ready, we need to get Jed Spence over the line, our version of Trent Alexander-Arnold, our version of Reece James. If we get him over the line, then definitely is a three-horse race this season for sure.
You see, with this Lenglet thing, like I remember there was a lot of talk about him before he made the Barcelona move. What is it that's not gone well for him? Because is it the same thing as Umtiti, where it's just been injury prone, or what is it that's not really quite worked for him in Barca?
No, it's not even that he's been injury prone. I think he just fallen out of favor. He fell out of favor, and it happens in football. You can fall out of favor with management. Remember, Barcelona have been going through a turmoil. They've got money problems. They brought in new managers, and then under Xavi's just not really feeling him. The only thing I would say about Lenglet that kind of scares me a bit is that he's more of a ball playing. So he's good on the ball, wants to kind of do these kind of long crosses, wants to pass it nice. That's all good when you're in La Liga. That's all good when you're in League One. That's all good when you're playing in the Portuguese league. I don't know, with the pace of the Prem, when you're up against Salah, if you've got time to be looking up and spraying the ball. You know, I would like him to have a bit more grit. I would have wanted a bit more grit, like a Romero grit. But what do I know? He's playing in the back three. He's going to have Perisic on his side there, supporting him. So, yeah, it could work. But what I will say is that Conte sanctioned this move. And for me, from what I've seen of Conte so far, I trust everything that man is doing right now because that man is truly, truly, truly world class. So if Conte thinks he's good enough to start, then he's good enough to start in my books.
No problem.
Terence, yeah, I know you were born in 78 because you've been crazy since 1978, like my man too. You get me with them comments.
Big up Temi. He says Lenglet is a ball playing defender. He can start attacks from the back, which is why he was brought in. Okay, fair enough. Also, he's however prone to mistakes. So, boy, and the thing that scared is that why you were a bit scared because he likes to be on the ball that it could be pressured into a mistake or what is it?
I mean, I'll give this to Nkiti Kati, but the Prem is fast paced. In La Liga, you've got time on the ball. You can look up. You can see your mum. You can see your girl. You can see your kid waving at you and eating popcorn. Premier League, you can't do that. There isn't time for that, and I'm just scared that if under pressure, is he gonna crumble because he's not gonna have the sort of smoke coming from the Premier League when you're up against Haaland. Do you know what I mean? Have you got time? You're not gonna have that time. And can you rough it? Can you win a header against some of the strikers in the league? That's the bit that I'm unsure of. But in terms of passing it out, looking for our wing backs, the flying wing backs, yeah, he's got good distribution, he's got good technique, but I just don't know whether that's enough. But only time will tell. I hope he comes good because we need an upgrade on Ben Davies. That's for sure.
All right, so
bro, on TV, you're just hating because you're not in the race. You're not in the race, bro. It's going to be a dead season for you.
SMG, I don't know where this confidence in Jed Spence comes from. I think he's a good talent, but he seems to think he's the next best thing since sliced bread. I don't know. Who knows? He's got a lot of potential. Can he raise his level for the Premier League? Only time will tell. But he did have a solid season in the Championship last season. I'll give him that for sure. But let's see. I don't see him being any better than Kyle Walker-Peters right now. But who knows, man? Let's see. Time will tell.
Kyle Walker-Peters is a big game player, and we were linked with him earlier today. I would take Kyle Walker-Peters back.
Why did you let him go? Why did you let? Is it because there was not enough space?
I think no patience. I think they looked at him. He looks a bit scrawny, and they thought, he's a bit lightweight. But my brother, to his credit, since he's gone to Southampton, he's been hitting the gym, and he was doing bits. He scored a brilliant goal against Man City last season, and that's the thing with the Premier League. You know what I mean? The teams ain't giving the boys the opportunity, the time to develop. Walker-Peters was tearing us up, sending balls into Danny Ings and Danny Ings scoring. And you're thinking, how did we let him go? So, things happen. But Walker-Peters is
definitely someone who's better than Emerson Royale right now. So that would have been a no-brainer, man.
We got Emerson Royale and we got Justin Timberlake. I mean, it's a joke, to be honest with you, right back.
All right. Why not Spurs? He says, Niger, I say 6th to 9th as Arteta is back in the European competition with the double of games of last season, and he doesn't manage well with multiple games in a week. On God, that's a fair comment. That's interesting. With the squad as it is right now, I'm definitely worried. That's why I think you do need to add substantially at least 3 to 4 players before the start of the season. For me personally, SMG says, is Deji on here making hella wild statements again? Bro, go watch Matt the video, bro. He's up in here doing his same crazy shit, bro. Always. Spurs might as well have finished 15 points ahead. Remember, 10 games to go, 9 points clear, 3 games in hand for the cheap seats that they like. A 15-point turnaround.
Yeah, that's what we. Right. I mean, you're gonna see
if we're gonna start putting that sort of context in. I guess you could say that. You could say that.
I've had a good comment here from my brother Radio Sangam.
This one.
Okay, Jesus or Richarlison. He's thrown a few questions in here that I'd love to answer. Bro, I think to answer this question, who is likely to start for Brazil? And the truth of the matter is, Richarlison.
See, Deji's become a politician. Can you just see?
Richarlison starts ahead of Jesus in that Brazilian team. So for me,
answer his question.
Brazilian team under Tite.
Parables and monologues.
If you watch, I keep plugging it on this show. Go and watch All or Nothing Brazil 2020 when they won the Copa America. I'm sorry, that's a spoiler there. Who were the big game players in that Brazilian squad? You will see on that show. So for me, it's Richarlison all day, every day.
Considering a guy that hates history is telling me to look back 2 years ago, it's quite convenient now, isn't it? Isn't it, Deji? See, when it suits him, he wants to talk about back in the day. See this guy, bro. We're in 2022
you got a lawyer
talking
here.
about
You're a barrister, bro.
documentary from
You're
2
a
years
barrister in
ago,
Nigeria.
bro.
All right,
Deji, what else do Spurs need on top of what you already have? He thinks they can win it with what they have right now, Hanif. But do you want to answer that, Dej?
What else? Yeah, so we need Jed Spence. We need a right wing back, a flying one, and that's it. That's it for me. Maybe another centre back. So for me, Ben Davies and Dyer, the jury's been out on them. We're replacing Ben Davies. There's talk that we might get the Villarreal centre back, Paul Torres. I think if we get that, that's a big boy move. There's a few other teams in for him. Because for me, I'm not fully convinced by Dyer. But if Dyer is covered by 2 sick defenders, then he can do a job. That's why I don't really go after Dyer. But in real talk, I would like 3 solid big game centre backs. Romero, like a Paul Torres, and Lenglet. That back 3 would be more like it. You get what I'm saying? I'd be more happy with that.
Oh my gosh, bro. I've loved this. I won't lie. This is one of my favorite streams so far. The comment section has been absolutely epic today, man. Feeling all the comments and the questions and all sorts. You're happy in the race to keep Conte happy, for sure. Yeah. Why did Spurs sell Trippier for 80
He's crap.
million?
I didn't like. Yeah, it was a dumb move. Yeah,
sure.
He is. He's better than what we had. But I didn't like Trippier. For me, and this is what I'm saying about you got to look. As a Spurs fan, I was happy to see Trippier leave. And a lot of Spurs fans would be like, what are you chatting about? You're chatting shit. I don't want a right wing back that can't take on the player. That's dead for me. Trippier would get the ball and whip it in first time. We don't want that. We want someone that's going to stand up the ball and run down that right-hand side. And so far, we thought we were getting that in Matt Doherty, a.k.a. Justin Timberlake. He's not the guy. We thought Emerson Royale was going to do it, but my man disappointed big time. He's meant to be from the favelas, and my man can't run to save his life. So we've now had to look at our version of Reece James, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and that's why I'm putting so much hope on Jed Spence, because what I saw Spence do against Arsenal on that wing-back position, if he can replicate that on a consistent basis, he could be the next big thing. So we're taking a punt. I'm not going to lie. We're taking a punt, and we're hopeful that punt can yield fruit.
All right. I hear you on that one. Terrence Sim says, Deji, the Conor McGregor of YouTube football shows. He's not on a fight in years, but got all the chat, bro. That's a perfect way to sum up.
I can't wait to meet you, Terrence. I can't wait to meet
Terrence,
you.
make sure you're on the show next week for the call-in, man. Deji definitely wants some smoke. Hanif says, what about Man United's Bailly? Would you consider that as an option? I don't think he's as bad as people make out, but I think he's quite injury-prone, this Bailly.
I think Bailly would be a better fit for Arsenal with what you lot are doing. I think if you replaced him, if you put Bailly there instead of Ben White, that could be a good look for you guys.
To be honest, I'll be honest. If he can't fit into Tottenham, then he's not.
No, don't say that, because Ben White cannot get in that Tottenham team. Ben White can't get in that Tottenham team. Let's just.
Of course he can.
I'd rather have Ben Davies than Ben White. You know there was there. I'd rather have Ben Davies than Ben White.
Anyway, okay, let's drill it all back, because we've been having a lot of fun talking about this Spurs stuff, and Deji's been hitting us with quite a bit of banter about it.
Crazy since 1970. He's talking some book right now. No one can take me serious, bro. No one can take you serious. I'm telling you, I've given you a prediction. That's my opinion. I think Tottenham can do something. You get me? Look at him. Ben White walks into the top. That's pause. What the heck?
Save it. Crazy.
Brother, get him on the show now. He's peeing me off.
Save the smoke for next week. Make sure you're here, bro.
Make sure you're on.
I can't wait to see it. But guys, a couple of players that Arsenal have been linked with before we round up the show. One of the players is Grimaldo. He's a Benfica player, plays left back. I believe he's someone that has got a lot of experience. Solid solid player, left-footed. He's coming in as cover. 7 million is not really a big amount to put out on a squad player. And let's be fair, he's better than freaking Tavares, which doesn't take a lot. And this means we can send that boy on a loan to maybe get him some experience. I'd love to send Tavares to maybe like an Italy because he needs to work on his defense. He's raw.
Send him to a Bournemouth, to be honest. Send them to a Bournemouth. Yeah, man. They need to get experience in the Prem. It's the best league in the world. Get him to one of the lower teams where he can get games week in, week out, and actually work on his actual game. Do you get me? I think Tavares could be an all right player. But
there's a player in him. He's just rash and he's defensively not astute just yet, man. That's why I thought at that move to Atalanta on loan, I thought that might be a good move for him because they play attacking football, but also use like the wing backs and the left and through the wingers. So that would have been a decent move. I believe Ajax have understood the transfer window. It's get Man United involved, and you can boost up the prices. So I think that's kind of blew the Lisandro Martinez bit out of the way because for someone who's going to kind of be cover for Gabriel, Tierney, and maybe a defensive midfielder to pay £50 million for him, I don't think that's worth it. It's a head of a player, but £50 million for a player that's going to be kind of our version of James Milner. I would have been willing to pay 38, maybe 40 mil, but 50. Don't you agree that's a bit steep, Deji?
I think it is, but I think the teams know that if any team's going to do it, Arsenal's going to do it, and I kind of think,
why are you doing this, Deji? Why are you doing this? I just told you the team that pays money is not Arsenal. We've done it once for Pepe. Man, you do it every season. But the team that you go to, anyway, Tuesday is North London rivals, so no wonder you're targeting me.
No, I was actually going to say that actually I think for whatever reason, I think this particular signing might make sense for you guys because I'm looking at all your other transfers and that hasn't been
50 million though, bro. 50
million. No, 50 million is way too much for that player.
That's what I'm saying. I don't mind him.
But I think that's the player that you need. And so you're in a situation, Arsenal fans, where you might have to pay over the odds for a player that actually is going to do something in your team. If you back out from that, you're left with... We're talking about Arsenal fixing up and mounting some sort of top 6 challenge. That's what we're hoping for. Most fans are predicting that you guys ain't even going to achieve that. But if you make this purchase, then I start to rethink my prediction because you need him. You need that type of quality. And that's what I was saying to you earlier in the show. I want to see more ambition. And that particular signing it shows ambition, shows that Arsenal want to be taken seriously. But apart from Jesus, all the other things that you've done, it's been a joke. And that's the thing that's worrying me. And I feel like the Arsenal fans are too busy talking about a trophy, too busy talking about Tottenham, too busy talking about me, that you men aren't seeing the danger that is coming up on your doorstep.
I'll be honest with you, Deji, and I've been consistent every week on this show. I've said I'm worried that if we don't sign at least 3 players before the end of the window, I'm worried. In terms of the Martinez guy, I like him because, as you said, he plugs in a lot of holes. But if alternatively we don't get Martinez and we get Grimaldo for 7 million or 6 million, I'm even hearing, and a backup DM as well as a CM, I'm still okay with that. But if we don't get Martinez, we only get Tielemans and not a backup DM, that's when, as you said, I start getting a little bit worried because Partey drops out of the team. It's a massive drop-off to Lokonga or El Neni, as we saw. I mean, El Neni can give you a couple of good games back-to-back, but if you ask him to give you 3 games back-to-back, it's more or less impossible. You're asking him to play out of his freaking skin. So, for me, I like Martinez, but that 50 million is just, as you said, is way, way too much. I mean, Hanif had a question in here. He said, Niger, Arsenal's lack of transfer activity, does it worry you? I'll say I'm not at the worry stage just yet, but I'm concerned, Hanif. I'm definitely concerned. I like the players that we're linked with in terms of Benacer, not because I believe he's a starter, but I like him as backup to Partey, solid DM. He was an Arsenal graduate. He's just won Serie A in Italy. I wouldn't mind him as an understudy to Partey. I like that link. A player that I'm not too sure. I don't know if you heard this over the weekend, Deji. A player that I'm not too sure about. As much as I like him as a flair player, but for what we need, Paqueta. I think that's a type of player more Spurs need than we do because of that lack of attacking threat you lot have.
To be honest, and this is what I've been seeing from your team, and people saying, I had crazy since 1978 say he's got to leave. He can't take me serious, mate. We can't take your club serious because you've just said it yourself. Arsenal are being linked with players that they don't need, and that's the thing. For me, Paqueta, Newcastle's a better fit for him. I think with
but don't you think you lot need an attacking option though?
To be honest, I think
he's a good player. Let's not try and
he's a big game player,
we just don't need that.
He's a big game player, but Conte is rigid in his system. Do you understand? And so when you play the system that we're playing with 3 at the back, where is he going to fit in? We've only got 2 midfielders because we need the three attackers up top.
Okay,
we've got the wing backs,
and I'm glad you brought that up, Deji. I'm glad you brought that up because that's one of, and all banter aside, I know we all back our team or whatever. All banter aside, one of the concerns I have for Spurs is your lack of a plan B. The fact that you don't have that creative player in that can come in and get in those teams. You struggled against those low block teams last season. A player like Paqueta can give you something different. Maybe playing in a 4-3-3 and having a little bit more of the ball and unlocking the holes and slotting into those half pockets and half spaces as well. So I think that's the type of player you need more than we do personally.
Do you know what? You're right. We do need a creative player, and dare I say it could be Eriksen still. He's not signed yet for Manchester United. Something is stalling there, and I said to you on the show that the way it is that if Spurs buy a striker, maybe we might be looking at dropping Kane deep, playing the number 10 role. Remember, Kane is a number 10.
Do you actually like that idea? Do you like that idea?
Well, I think it's not whether I like
what you're saying, but do you like it? I know he's very creative, Deji. Don't get me wrong, but do you actually like him?
Bro, I think the answer to your question is it plausible? And the answer is yes. I was saying, but that would mean that Conte goes to a 4-2-3-1. I was actually thinking about it the other day, saying if we go to a flat back 4, which is highly unlikely, we can have Basuma and Højbjerg sitting in midfield. You get me? Just 2 defensive midfielders. Then you have Richarlison, you have Son, Richarlison. No, you have Kane. No, you have Son, you have Kulusevski, you have Kane in the middle of that, playing the 10, and you have Richarlison up top. Yeah, it's plausible. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's a different system. We don't know, but I'm thinking, can you accommodate the best quartet in the league? Who can drop deep and play that Kevin De Bruyne role?
The best quartet in the league.
Kane with his assists is not a joke. He can play that. He can play that job. So we don't know what they're trying to do, but what I will say is it's very, very plausible. 1 second.
All good. Well, it's been going crazy in the comment section. I think Paqueta, for me, guys, I don't think Paqueta is the type of player that Arsenal need. Quality player. If we didn't have Odegaard, and maybe if we hadn't already signed Vieira, I would have considered having him. Some people say he can play as a CM too, but I don't think defensively, the balance between him as a player, defensively and attacking wise, I would prefer to go with a Tielemans in that role alongside Partey than a Paqueta because he's very much more the flair side of things. And also already having a Vieira who I assume from his style that Arteta's trying to mold into a kind of Bernardo Silva, it doesn't make sense to add Paqueta again on top of that. I don't know what do you guys think in the comment section, whether you're watching now or later. Would you prefer Paqueta or Tielemans, or do you agree with me and we should go all out for the main man, Milinkovic-Savic, because he gives us absolutely everything in terms of the middle of the park. So just to finish up the show, Deji, I'm going to get into a couple of the comments. You've definitely earned some fans on today's show, 100%. Big up my guy, Deji. Sign him if it means we get a solid CM and decent cover for Saka. I think that's about Paqueta then.
Yeah.
SMG, I don't know, man. I just think it's a position wasted if we sign him when we could sign someone for exactly what we need. Another signing of a left back 2 seasons in a row from Benfica. Yeah, it's a bit strange. I think we should have probably got Grimaldo first time round rather than the second time round. But who knows? We maybe have not got this bargain deal that we're getting now. I know it's going off between Terence Tibbs and Hanif about Ozil and all sorts, but I know you lot have battled that. You've had that old battle in the comments yourself, so I'm sure you know what's what. What are expectations for Saka, Smith Rowe, and Martinelli? That is a very interesting question.
Well, they got to play. They're ballers. And
For
people
sure.
need to put some respect in it. Yeah.
I need Martinelli to be kind of focused on becoming a number 9 now. I want to see him more focused on becoming that. Yeah, because for me, I don't believe creatively he gives us enough. He can beat a man, but in terms of crossing, assists, and stuff like that, I believe he's good at finishing moves rather than starting moves. Personally,
I like him. I think he's a good player. I think he's
very good player.
He's a very good player.
What I'm afraid of with all these attacking options that we've been linked with, Deji, is if we do sign another one, what does that actually mean for Smith Rowe as well? Because for me, I prefer him as a number 10. He got used a lot as a wide left last season. I would prefer him to be rotated with Odegaard in the middle because I believe they both give us something different in the middle of the park. So against different teams, start one or the other. Personally,
and this is the bit that I'm struggling with, and I think all Arsenal fans should struggle with this fact. There's nothing really wrong with your attack too tough. I think the issue is your midfield and defense, and it doesn't look like you're trying to resolve that issue. And if you don't, it just feels like within the Arsenal team, it's not balanced. And I'm waiting to see which signings you guys are going to bring in to bring balance. But as it stands right now, the team definitely is not good enough. But look, I'm looking forward to debating some people next week and chatting. But let's be real. As it stands, you can't be happy with the business that you guys have done at the moment as an Arsenal fan.
I'm not. There's nothing to panic about because there's still 4 weeks left of the window. But as you said, if it ends tonight, I'm not happy, and I'm sure you'll leave happier than I am in this situation. But still, the only real signing that worries me is Bissouma. I'm not worried about Richarlison just yet. Let's see how. I'm just interested to see how Conte is going to use him first. If I give my judgment on Richarlison, I'm understanding. I want to see the dynamics of how it's going to work with minutes and what games he's going to play with and systems. So I'm intrigued to see that one pan out.
Arsenal don't rate Saliba in answer.
Yeah, we're offering him a new contract, so pretty much we do, bro. So
you send him out on loan. You know what I mean? He's going to be a big game. And you brought in Ben White. You brought in some dead food defender.
And now
I think Saliba is a good defender.
So do we. That's why we're offering him a new contract.
I'm just. There's something missing in your back line. I just feel like can Saliba stop Kane or Son? He might do another holding. I don't think he can. Ben White's crap.
Let's see.
Tomiyasu's good. Tomiyasu's good. Tierney.
Eric Dyer's world class, right? Dyer's world class. Sanchez live.
Sanchez is definitely not world class. Sanchez is a squad player. No, squad players.
Dead guys that you're talking about. A question from Luca. Deji, answer that. You better answer this question properly, bro.
Luca, a channel will be coming out this week for sure, or by next week. I'm gonna put on a show. Definitely where I'm gonna be doing my own personal rants. I'm really trying to break down why I think the way that I think. Do you know what I mean? The way I puff my chest is not just puffing chest for entertainment. I'm really trying to educate, and if people are entertained, it's a pleasure. But I do feel like there's a lot of people who are suffering from grandeur delusions of grandeur, and I'm just trying to help them on their journey. If that makes sense.
So basically, Luca, what Deji meant to say is this is his channel too, and he's gonna have a show on this channel. All that spiel that he was talking, I don't know where all this nonsense he's talking, but you know, Deji loves monologues. He can't get straight to the point. He's a Spurs fan. They have to dance around. They don't go straight to the destination because they get lost on their way on a regular basis. So Tim says, well, you lot are having beef in here. I'm not even going to go back and forth with the beef in there because I'm not understanding the sequence of comments. I'm sure you guys do. Hanif says, Kane is quality as a 10. I agree, but I believe he's quality as a 10 because he's not been given that role. If he gets given the role, I do believe he'll get found out a little bit more. The fact that he can drop into the pockets as a 9, I believe it makes it work rather than him be given that particular role. I could be wrong, but I think that allows him that extra space because he's kind of dropping in, playing that kind of 9. So I don't know, man. Big Jeezy says Kane plays as an 8.
Don't miss Tammy's comment there because I know you're always so biased. Get that comment in. Get me.
Rob, you have control of the comments too, bro. You can do it if you want, man. If I miss it, sorry, man. If I miss it.
Yes.
Tevi says Deji is out here doing God's work. I don't know what you are referring to there, but in terms of making us laugh, of course, like making us all happy and cheerful. That's what you mean. Big up.
Vamos caramba.
Rosada, my guy. Vamos caramba, my guy. We didn't miss you for this show. Or make sure you go back and watch the show. Drop some comments. And Deji's been dropping some bombs. So make sure you drop some comments on the bombs and the questions he's been kind of dodging all night tonight as well. SMG says Spurs are gambling this season. Levy never this active in the transfer window. If as expected, Spurs win nothing. Conte's out because he likes winning trophies. And Deji, even though as confident as you are, you probably agree with this statement, right?
Yeah, no, and you know what I wanted to tell you before is that Conte had already set out to finish top 4. If Conte didn't finish top 4, he was out. This season, Conte doesn't want to do this kind of. He don't do mediocre. He goes for broke. This season, he's going for broke. He's going for the league or Champions League, and if he doesn't win either, he's out. It's that simple. You know what I mean? It's literally that simple. Thank you, Big GZ. Hopefully you will join and subscribe when I'm doing the channel and doing my show in here. Please like and subscribe this channel, this debate, this show, because we're having the realest debate. I'm probably one of the few Tottenham fans who actually tell you how you can strengthen your team. Because I want this season, I want the opposition, I want it to be competitive. Right now, I'm about to drop another clanger. If Arsenal do not sign the 4 or 5 players that my brothers just talked about, I think Tottenham beat Arsenal home and away. I can say that now.
Remember where you heard it first, guys. Look, guys, Deji is predicting 2 things that he's never seen in his life are going to happen this season. Tottenham doing a double over Arsenal and winning a major trophy. 2 things that have never happened in his whole lifetime on this planet Earth, though. They're going to have them back to back in the same season.
Well, I'm saying it. Home and away, you're not getting spanked. We did it to Man City. We did it to Man City last season. We'll do it to you lot.
Crazy. Your history of Man City is not the same with us, bro. It's different. It's different gravy.
I'm just saying that Arsenal right now. I'm saying as a Spurs fan, I want you lot to strengthen because right now it wouldn't be a fair game.
No problem, bro. No problem. Remember, you guys. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. You've heard a hell of wild comments on tonight's show. It's been a madness. Everyone that's joined us, big up everyone. Whether you're watching now or watching later, big up. It looks like, bro, I don't know, bro. SMG, I don't know. It's not me. I'm in Lagos. He's in London, bro. So anything that's happened is because of the people he's been hanging out with in his side. I don't know what they've been drinking at Weatherspoons, bro. I don't know. We day here in Den, Lagos side.
But guys, big up to everyone in the channel, in the chat. It's not financial advice. You hear some statements, but the wise ones would look into what's being said and take a little punt on that. It's not financial advice. But Spurs to win home and away will get you some good odds. I'm here also to we're here for entertainment, but we're here to also fill your pockets. You know there was.
Big up, mate. Big up. Look, so Deji is trying to get me scared about Spurs adding Lenglet, a washed-up Barcelona player, and a championship star player in Jed Spence. Those are the 2 players he's getting excited about. But then he laughs at Arsenal that have been linked with a 4-time Premier League winner who's at the club already. We've got Tielemans, who is a quality player who's got the tongue of many teams. Linked with them for sure. We've been linked with Paqueta, a player that I don't really want, but we'll see how those links cut up.
if you find the right paper, you lot have been linked with me. To be honest with you, you lot have been linked with the whole world.
As long as they find that same Tielemans story in that paper that you talked about, Deji, it's worth finding, man. You know what I'm saying? Bro? Guys, we still don't know what paper it is, bro. We still do not know.
I'll find it and share.
Please, and share it on Instagram and Twitter as well, guys. You can catch us on both those platforms too. I'm excited about either a Tielemans or Milinkovic-Savic as our CM. I don't mind a Benacer as cover for DM. Grimaldo, get him in. 6 million is a steal for a backup player, 100%. And if after that we can sneak in another attacker, who knows? So this time next week, next Monday, we got the call-in show. Hopefully we get a link to a few more attackers that for both North London sides, so we can discuss on the North London Rivals show next week. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Enjoy your week, guys. Thank you very much for having us.